Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Friday night, and we are live and in effect with coffee, with Chaser, and you. What else do we need? Nothing else. Hope everybody is doing well here. We're starting a little bit early because I have to leave a little bit earlier. But nonetheless, here we are. Hope everybody is doing well here tonight, and we're going to get right into the comments here. But first, before we get to that, we had an historic day. The biggest one-day crash ever in silver history, and I talked about it in depth in my video that I had earlier that I posted just before coming on here tonight. Biggest drop, humbling to a lot of people who thought the price was just going to continue to soar. It has not happened. It's pulled back. Doesn't mean we can't recapture some of those gains. In fact, that happened in very late trading, closed at 85.40. So just want to remind you of that. So yes, indeed, good to see you guys. Glad you're all here with me. Good crowd with us tonight. Let's get right into it here. We've got David Davy. My last purchase was at 94, awaiting delivery, but I'm still up. Well, David Davy, sorry about that, but not today. Unfortunately, it did not age well, and that's the nature of the market. It's very volatile, but that's okay. Hold on to your silver. This kind of thing happens. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see. John Morgan says silver gold ratio going up or down. It's up now. We'll look at that. I didn't talk about that in my market report. We'll look at that here in a minute. Lately it's been going down, but it looks like it might go back up. I might just hold on. Might swap some for fractional gold. There you go. Let's see what the gold to silver ratio is now. 57.42. It went from 46 and change all the way up to 57. Yeah, crazy day. Indeed, good to see you guys. All right, let's see here. Bill 457 says here, the only thing that I can say is don't buy out of fear of missing out because the markets are so unstable. I bought that platinum piece when platinum was up. Now that same piece is about $30 less, but still a good price. Yeah, there you go. Yep, exactly. They are unstable. Today for sure, especially, it is crazy. All right. A big move today. But remember, the fact that it started recovering some of those losses in late trading means that, we may see a slight correction back to the upside, but it may be a bit of a challenge to get back to where it was before, but we'll see how it plays out. Jesus Loves Americans says suppressing. But it's futile. The harder they push, the higher the market pushes up. No more cheap silver for greedy a-holes. And thanks for making us peasants a little more financially stable. It's the least thing you could have done since you robbed us for decades. Yeah. Well, I look at it this way. Silver is going to do what it's going to do. Natural market forces are very powerful. People should not dismiss those. But nonetheless, you hold on to your silver through the highs and lows and just wait it out. We get euphoric, and I myself included have to check myself very often in this market. We don't want to just fall for confirmation bias all the time. All right, Passport X says here, he says, Sal, there are some people buying fake silver eagles on eBay, 5 eagles for $61 on sale. Crazy. Why would anyone buy them? Seller has sold over 20 lots with zero feedback. Yes, it's crazy. And now more than ever, you got to be very careful for fakes out there. Indeed, you're right, Passport X. Well said. All right, let's see here. Oh, yeah. Okay. And let's see, we've got Jeff Barrel says, buyers beware. Know who you're buying from. Ping it, weigh it, and even take it to the coin shop and have them use their device to make sure it's real. A lot of fakes are hitting the market, and one side is eBay. That's right. Yep. Best way to protect yourself is get a pocket pinger. Link to one of those in the description below. It's a great way to be able to check for the sound, and also the CCT Silver Slide is another great way. All right, very good. And let's see here. We've got this from Tasia W6CS says, it's amusing to read so many people offering their theories on what's happening, and no two agree enough to believe any of them. But keep buying so we can watch and learn and keep being amused. Though human nature has that, it's only fun when we win. Yeah, that's right. And there's no problem. I enjoy the different opinions. And in fact, I'm perfectly fine if people disagree with me on my opinions. I think that's what makes the community great. I learn things. What I don't like is when people are they're so confident and that they are right and it's going to do this and do that, and I'm an idiot for not thinking that. They're so close-minded and they insult on the way up. The hubris is just off the charts with some of these people. That's where it gets the problem. But yes, you're right. Mike Easterwood says, I see the volatility, but it means nothing. Playing games at the end of the month, probably more on Friday. If one is leveraged, might be a problem. Otherwise, onward and upward. Yep, that's right. And today is Friday, and it did for sure. All right. Michael K says here, no diamond fist rounds yet. Hopefully, they will arrive tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Volatility rules the day. Well, congratulations, Michael K. I hope you got your diamond fist rounds in. Somebody else got one in, and I finally got a PayPal donation from somebody who got one because there was no premium that I had, and he was the only one, and it just now came in after selling quite a few. So I decided to add 50 cents in just to cover my die fee costs. I probably won't ever recover that metal, but anyways, or that money, but anyways, but yeah, very cool. Thank you so much. And Aaron Olson says, if anybody noticed, all the precious metals, NASDAQ, and some of the cryptos all fell at the exact same time. I called it a setup plan, and it failed for them. Today reeks of desperation and toilet paper holders. Well, I think there's more to it than that. I think there's they talk about the Fed chair and the like. We did discuss some of that on tonight's video. But anyways, yes, deja vu. That's right. Here we go again. Let it ride. That's exactly right. That's what you got to do. Let it ride for sure. Off-grid gear guy says this here on this video. We're going to get to today's videos here in a moment. What's starting to become evident is exchanges for the private markets is restricting transactions by closing or diminishing purchases. It worsens. This could leave a vacuum affecting those wanting to sell. I can see the small guys getting squeezed out of business and the large corporate dealers forming a monopoly and greatly increasing convenience premiums. It also makes it easy for the government to manage a few large dealers and create a really intrusive and restrictive bureaucracy. The trading floor is private owners is in a flux. Everybody is stressed. The whole system is stressed in the silver market. From the retail, the wholesale side, all of it is stressed right now. And I honestly think this recent crash is not going to help matters. It'll just affect it differently. Need more silver. Very healthy dip. Silver is holding strong every time it dips down. Massive buying happened. Massive resistance at $100. I think people are waking up to the true value of silver. Yes, it was a healthy dip, but it got even healthier today. Would you call today's crash healthy? Probably not. It was a crazy, wild fall in prices today. But I think the fact that it did recover a little bit says something. We'll see here. CCT is here. I shouted him out earlier. Yes, to find out for fake silver, check out the silver test slide. CCT slide, silver slide. All right, very good. All right, nice. Very cool. Silver heist, nice. Traded silver for gold. All right, nice. Check out his channel for the video for that. Fivol says, I'll tell you what I really think. I think that China is not going to buy all the silver and allow it to sink. Rather, I see them increasing the price and telling the world that since silver is so high, that solar panels will be 3x the price they used to be. Well, they kind of already are. We've already seen the solar, and a lot of things have gone up in that area. Here comes a scammer. Auto dial. Hello? It's an auto dial.
Good evening. My name's Kylie. I'm reaching out because Medicare just launched an inflation relief package for Virginia, which offers extra cash for groceries, gas, and prescriptions. It's part of the open enrollment for 2026. But you do have Medicare Parts A and B, right?
I do.
Perfect. You're eligible for our plans. Let me forward you to the benefits specialist. Please hold.
Okay.
Hey, my name is Michael. How are you?
I'm good, Michael. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. May God bless you.
You're
Well, this call is
welcome.
about you
But
dealing
I
with
didn't
Medicare
sneeze,
benefits.
Michael.
And
You said God bless me, but I didn't sneeze yet. Hold on, let me sneeze real quick, and then you can bless me. Hold on. Achoo! Achoo! Now I sneeze. Now you can say God bless
God
you.
bless you.
Thank you. Now he hung up on me. Son of a motherless goat. All right. All right, let's see here. We got CB 750 going to buy 70 Silver Eagles at $5 under spot from a family member. It's their time to cash out. There you go. All right. There you go. Good job. Yep. Of course, now if you would have bought that, if you're doing it now, if it's under spot now, you really do really good if you haven't done it already. Danny Day, the big banks, with the blessing of the government, committed the crime of market price fixing because it appears $120 silver is a point at which the banks lose a lot of money. Yeah, well, probably some people would have said that would have been $70 or $60 an ounce, or even $50 an ounce. It went up to $50 really quick. All right. MD says here, since 1996, I speculated that gold and silver prices would go up. I bought a gold eagle for $252 and a silver eagle for $350. The national debt was $3 trillion. Every financial expert kept saying gold is a relic. The real relic is the U.S. dollar. That's right. It's lost a lot of value. Gold and silver have gone up in price, but maintain their value overall when averaged for inflation. Actually, that's not true. Now they've increased. They've moved past that. We're in a bull run right now. All right. KC Thunder, U.S. and military industrial complex uses the most amount of silver. AI data center silver consumption is minuscule comparatively. Well, you don't know that. No one knows how much the U.S. military uses for silver. It may be much less because of the technology they have that we don't know about. We just don't know. That would be like saying there's a crap ton of gold in the Grand Canyon. And the Grand Canyon's a national park. They've been saying that for years, but we'll never know because no one's going to go do any exploration to find out if there's any gold in there. So yeah, we just don't know how much the military uses. We know they use silver, but it may not be as much as AI data centers or other places. We'll see here. All right, very good. All right, let's see here. Good to see Robert Kemp. Good to see all of you guys. Appreciate you guys being with me here tonight. We're answering some comments and digesting what happened today. Here's a snapshot at the final. Everything is deep red, but recovered from the lows that we saw. As you can see on your screen here, the low for silver was 73.67 today, falling from 118.58. That's over $40 difference. Insane in the membrane. Yeah. Gold down $489.60. But you see, that's one of the reasons why I like gold, folks. That's why I've moved more into gold, because when it gets hit, it doesn't get hit as hard as silver does. And this is an example of that. That's why I encourage silver stackers to diversify into some gold. Mike V says, I've been investing in aluminum foil since the 1980s, and I'm not looking back. One day I'll be rich and looking down at everybody who wasted their money on silver and gold. There you go. The tinfoil hat theory. That's right. Pono says here, only paper players lose. People who stack are in a different game. Peace of mind and security. That's right. There's Michael K with us tonight. Good to see you. Welcome. And we've got this here. There was a slow going here. We may have to forward up to some of the video comments from today. The main point for any stacking, staying liquid and smart exit strategy. LCS shops are having liquidity issues. Where do we sell if we have to? Holding and staying calm. Well, peer-to-peer, it's a little bit riskier, but there are platforms to sell peer-to-peer. Indeed, there are. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. Mark, any and every country that has a plan for technological process will need silver, period. Silver is the new gold for now. Well, silver is just different enough from gold. You can't really make a comparison with it anymore, at least not like it used to. Silver is more versatile than gold, but that's one of the reasons why gold is more expensive, because it's treasured. Gold is being propped up by central banks. That's why it didn't fall nearly as much. Central banks holding it. Good to see Hoosier Stackers with us. Good to see Hoosier. Good to see you, my friend. Yes, indeed. And we've got Mickey Minsky says, I'm selling silver I have as a precious metal and buying pieces I've enjoyed more over the years. Right now, buying enhanced finish ASEs and PR69. Just love their unique look. It is a cool look. You're right. I like to get another 2013 enhanced uncirculated. Yeah, I think that's a cool coin. Michael K. Powell and the Fed does not comment. What a bad joke. That's scurrying around. Better watch out for yourselves, in other words. Exactly right. Yep. I think so. Best investment, silver and gold. American Eagle, Maple Leaf Philharmonic. Australia, Napoleon Gold. Yep, those are good choices for sure. And my alternate here, let me get over here to make this effective here, says the following. Sal, you've been brave in tempting the adrenaline rush from the historic bull rally. Hopefully some new stackers have held off buying non-numismatic bullion at all-time highs to save some dry powder to buy lower. Yes, and it's tough to time the markets. Nobody really knows. That's why when people ask me, should I buy silver now? I said, if you buy with the expectation the price is going to tank. And boy, did it tank today. Massive crash in silver's price. Biggest ever in history for a single day. It doesn't matter because we know the metal has not changed an ounce and it's not decreased in weight just because of paper price. That's exactly right. It is what it is. And that's lovely. Yep. And by the way, if you are in the market to buy, understanding that could fall even further. So always be careful buying even now. We don't know. Is it a falling knife? Catching a falling knife? I don't know. Channel sponsor is Summit Metals, but you should not buy silver from anywhere, including Summit Metals, if you don't feel comfortable doing so. If you're nervous about what the market's going to do, if you think it's going to fall further, maybe hold back. I don't know. Or maybe this is the dip and the only dip we're going to see for a while. Then it might be a good time to do so. But either way, check out Summit Metals. They have other services and as well as buying and selling precious metals. So check them out. Link is in the description below. And let's see here. Let's get over here to this. We've got Russell Ream says, holding tight on this video today. Says, look at what Australians and Canadians have to pay for their dollars for 1 ounce. Japan debt, still a problem. Our national debt closing in at $39 trillion. No stopping in sight. They want you to sell everything you have, so you have nothing. Yep, hold tight. That's right. Yep, I think so too. At least a core silver stack is a good idea to have. Because they're going to get you any way they can, for sure. And let's see here. We've got Judon. Well, this is Monumentus Market is about to expose that everything is broken except clear assets like physical gold and silver. Too much paper obfuscation. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. So hold on to your, there is a bit of a safe haven aspect to holding gold and silver. Even when the prices dip like this, you hold through these times, I feel. All right, let's see here. We've got Luis Garcia B. I'm all stacked up and happy. Fundamentals still apply and hopefully won't sell for years to come. This pullback of everything just reiterated my belief that the dollar and economy are getting worse. Hold on to your metals, folks. Yeah, and I don't even know that I buy that either. There are some aspects of the economy that are troublesome, but GDP numbers have been consistent, up. Inflation is not completely under control, but it is getting better, and so we'll see. And jobs coming back to the United States, that's good. And tariff revenues coming in, I don't know, we'll see. We'll find out. All right, let's see here. We've got Robert Tulmer. I'm not selling any metal. I watched a video of Summit Metals in Scottsdale. Meant that gives me more staying power to stay long. There you go. Indeed, that's right. Greg Ziegler says, Powell may not think gold and silver is money, but according to the Constitution, it is. CME Group is raising margins of COMEX silver future prices surged to record high this week. Margins will rise 11%. I think this is the main driver knocking silver down. The panic set in and people sold in massive waves. Yeah, it could be a part of that for sure. It makes it a little bit more affordable if you want to buy now. Quad Rudy. And we were expecting some scammers to call us in about 5 minutes from now. We'll see if they do it. Wow, how far removed from reality can a couple generations get? The plan for this country is that those United States would only use gold and silver. These monuments serve as monuments to the truth. They are as follows. There we go. All right. And that's monuments to the truth. Thank you so much. North Star Stacker with the first act of kindness tonight. Thank you, North Star Stacker. 5 Salivate Metal gift memberships equals 5 push-ups for you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that so much. Let me get everything out of the way and make this happen. Check out North Star Stacker's channel, by the way. Thank you, North Star. Appreciate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Thank you, sir. Really appreciate that. They've been relatively thin lately, though, so I appreciate that very, very much. Very nice of you indeed. Gets a little bit of the blood flowing here tonight, so thank you for that, sir. And let's do this. We've got B-Jin said, not a crash, but a correction. No, it was a crash. It was definitely a crash today. No question about that. In fact, the very fact that it's correcting from the crash today. Silver has moved from 22 to 122 in a relatively short time. Around 100 seems to be the floor. So we have 4 times gain from the 22 in short time. It did fall to $73 today. But anyways, yeah, I mean, and I'm not ruling out that it could go back up to 100 again. But we'll see here. Let's see here. Okay, got an email. I'll check that out later. Let's see here. Okay. We've got HYE. Oh, man, thank you, Tucson Bubba. We have a deal. I slurp when he sends a super chat in for Sal's Bubblegum Fund. Thank you, Tucson Bubba. I appreciate that. Let's slurp in your honor in stereo, by the way. For the great Tucson Bubba, where it is nice and warm, much warmer than it is here, that's for sure. Okay, HYE Power says technically he's wrong. Mercury dimes are still money. They can be spent for 10 cents, although the silver content is worth way more. And gold eagles are money. Those are coins, not rounds. Coins are money. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a store should accept 1 ounce silver eagle for $1 for a pack of gum. Well, it's funny you mentioned pack of gum because that's exactly what Tucson Bubba sent here. But yeah, but that's just it. HYE Power. You're conflating the metal value to the denomination. Yes, you can spend it as a $1 coin, but you're not spending it for its silver content. You're spending it because it's backed by the government for $1. So that's the difference there. Very good. All right. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's see here. John Bethia says, we the people of the world have been brainwashed or forced to believe that the dollar was money for the world for many decades, while the real assets of the world have been diminished or hidden. And what fools we've been. Well, it's declining money. It's a dying money, but money nonetheless. No question about that, but I'm with you on that. Okay. Libertarian. At dollars are based on societal perception. You can print it on a whim, and most governments think 2% inflation is a good thing. Well, that means you place $1,000 in a bank. When you place it in a bank, you start with your first job. It's worth 50 times 2 to do the math. Well, anyways, yeah, inflation has always been here in some form or another. I don't know of any time in history where it's not been. If it has been, it's been very short. We've not had inflation or deflation. Nonetheless, it's a problem, and that's robbery. Because if you go to a money market account or a low-risk savings account, any percent that you get in that account, you have to pay taxes on. And I believe they should make those tax exempt. Anything that you earn that recovers your inflation, that should be tax exempt. It should be tax exempt. All right. John May, banks downgrade silver forecast. COMEX offers 100 ounces. Silver contracts with no delivery option. COMEX sees $61 silver this year. All right. We'll see if that happens. We'll see if it goes back down to that. Silver Brother, this overnight bomb in the precious metals will only strengthen them for the year. I believe they are increasing way too fast for the first month of this year. Yes, they went up far. This is definitely a bubble that's bursting, it turns out. Yes, indeed. Oh, wait a second here. We just got this in just now. Let me see here. Very kind. Got a PayPal donation. I didn't give their. If you do leave a PayPal, friends and family, let me know your YouTube account or channel name so I can properly thank you. But thank you. He says here, thanks for all your realistic insights. I've learned a lot this year about the metals markets. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That $10 gets 20 push-ups, so I appreciate that so very much. If you're here, let me know so I can properly thank you. I just don't want to use your real name here, but thank you so much. If a moderator sees the person say it was me, let me know. I'm going to do those 20 push-ups for him real quick. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of the burn there. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. All right. Appreciate it. Whoever that was, thank you again for sending that over. Very nice of you indeed. The PayPals are nice because if you send them friends and family, there's no taxes or fees that are associated with that. So appreciate that. All right. Very, very good. Okay, let's see here. One Mad Max says here, the Federal Reserve has always suffered from credibility issues, going as far back as Jackson when he got rid of the national banks. He understands the end game. Yes, that's right. Exactly, sure has. All right, let's see here. There you go, Hoosier Stacker. He's going to hold on with the diamond fist. That's right, for Hoosier Stacker. Steve LaPointe is here. Littlefoot Stacker is here. Good to see you. All right. We got Shane Olson says here, I cashed 1/11 of my stack, cashed in. Still have plenty. I always trim well-performing assets to retain pure profit. Okay, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's very good. If you can profit and do very well with a small portion of your stack, that's fine. All right, let's see here. Richard Hogarth says this here. Hopefully this is the new floor, but probably just massive sell-offs, and it will shot up later today and again Monday. Well, we did see it recover some of the losses a little bit, and we'll see what happens Sunday night. We'll see what happens Sunday night in the market watch here. All right, let's see here. Is anybody? Is the person that sent the super chat in here with us tonight, so I can properly thank them? Let's see here. All right, we got Moorhand on credibility. He should not have jumped on the ring. The Fed has no respect. These people are living in Oztown. There you go. All right, and David Cash, yes, you have a lot of stuff happening there. He's not much credibility for sure. All right, and we got David Cash says here, the answer is hold as much physical gold and silver as you possibly can afford. They intend for you to own nothing and be happy. The happy part, that's BS. That's right, exactly. It's good to have real assets. And that includes land, own your own home if you can, vehicle, get out of debt if you can. All right, let's see here. Roll with it. Sal might be right about returning to $55 an ounce for silver. Yeah. But again, it may not get there. See, the thing is if I'm right or if I'm wrong, I'm okay with it because I never say for sure definitively that's going to be. I'm making a prediction, and if I'm right or wrong, either way it goes. In a sense, really just kind of being lucky, but nonetheless, I just been around long enough to see what happens in these markets and knew that shooting up that quick is not normal, not healthy. Yes, indeed. So, all right. And nobody cares says this. Powell. I should mention that the dollar's origins in the silver dollar, except in the name only nowadays, but in the old days, when the name was used, it was understood that the silver coin was spoken with credibility. Funny term to be used regarding fiat, as all the fiats were designed to produce inflation, yet they are far from being credible as it gets, unless we understand one thing and they speak of another. We think of something trustworthy when we say credible, but they might think in terms of something that is produce credit or produce debt. Yeah, it's a little different. I understand the nomenclature, the semantics, or the way the word is maybe come from the same root word, but nonetheless, it will produce debt in the future because it's a debt instrument. The dollar is a debt instrument. Indeed, it is. So if you hold them just outright, they're losing value every year by 2.7% now. All right, let's see here. David Davey, the return of this Friday beatdown for both metals, no interest rate change, profit taking, product glut, choose your reason, and great for the buyers though. Yep, for new buyers. If you were used to $110 silver or closing in 120, and you see it go down into 85, that might be a good idea, a good way to step in. But remember, it could fall even more, or it could recover, and we'll see what happens. Bullion Treasure, nice day to buy back. I bought another 10 ounces of silver at a lower price at my bullion dealer. There's no cause for concern. It's just the fake paper clowns' revenge. They even do us a big favor to buy at more cheaper price. We have a long-term conviction. Japan, the U.S., EU, Russia are all debt problems everywhere. That's right. Exactly. Long-term conviction. Exactly right. All right. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, if Iran stirs trouble, that's right, John Knox. Crude oil remains the best play. It's raising no matter what. Only speed will vary. Thanks, John Knox. All right, PDX Eddie. What's the Fed's main job? To make sure the masters get their cut from the Slavelandia. Yeah, it's true. And case in point, all the billions of dollars wasted for that renovation, that needs to be investigated big time. Even when Jerome Powell steps down as chair, he may remain as governor, but even if he gets out of it altogether, it should be investigated. We're being hoodwinked by 50 years of deciding not to tax the rich. The Fed is just trying to hold society together until we decide to. Well, rich are being taxed. Some of the rich may be able to avoid taxation through legal loopholes, and I would too if I were making that kind of money. That's a problem with the tax code. But anyways, let's see here. Let's see. Who's your stacker? The night silver hit all-time high for the first time. I was driving home 3 weekends ago. Did Sal's Law visit just 3 weeks later? Yeah, perhaps so. Yeah, must have been a delayed visit of the Salivate's Law. Crazy. I did on the gold I bought recently. That's for sure. Kathy Latham. The Fed has only one primary interest, and that is to protect the private financial interest of the banksters who operate the criminal consortium. Yep, I understand why people are skeptical of the Fed and have seen what their interests are. Chris says here, buy the dip. To me, it sounds like the Treasury Department fears their currency does not hold up very well against gold and silver. The Treasury Department says gold and silver aren't money, yet quite a few states recently recognize them as money. Someone's credibility is on the line. Well, it's not the Treasury Department that's saying that. It's the Federal Reserve that's saying that. In fact, if you were to ask the head of the Treasury, In fact, both probably, maybe even the treasurer himself, but certainly the secretary of the treasury. I think he would say that it's money. All right, Morris Monet says computer trading programs kicking in. Money is going to be bad. Ooh, wow. Okay. Unless for some reason the servers go out, Morris. I guess that's a possibility. But yeah, it could be bad if some of those things kick in there. They could fall even further. We'll find out. We'll be here Sunday night. I hope you join me this Sunday night for the market watch at 6 p.m. Eastern. The other scammers supposed to call have not called, those sons of biscuits. Now, you know what? The one I do have the number. I'm going to see if I can call it. Here we go. Let's see if I can get through.
Please hold on while I connect your call.
Okay. We'll wait for that to answer. This is Sure Ruppel. Is Iran wartime to create silver meltdown for banks? Safe package made possible with the COVID, the means arms lobby terror and confrontation, Russia-Ukraine war, all that. Yeah, it's I don't know. It could be if we.
Please leave your name, phone number, and any message, and your call will be.
All right, they're closed. If Iran heats up, some say that something could happen Sunday night. We'll see. They got positioning more flotilla of ships there near Iran. We'll see if there's any strike or anything like that occurs. We'll find out. I'm exploring, considering what Federal Reserve policy has done to the value of the dollar over several decades. It's no wonder he doesn't want to talk about the dollar. Yes, exactly. True that. Patrick Harrington. Trump is right about Powell. Friday mornings seem to be the time to buy or add to your stack. Things seem to be on sale Friday mornings in the USA. Anybody remember Ron Paul? I voted for him. Yes, and I played a clip from Ron Paul at the very beginning of this video. I don't know that you watched that, but yes. And but it's not been like that for the past few months, really, or at least month. The Friday SmackDown has been AWOL for the last couple of weeks, at the very least. And Jim Winklebauer says this. Days like today are why I don't do paper metals. I don't know why about everybody else, but my silver and gold holdings are just as valuable to me today as they were yesterday. That's right. Yep. That's how I look at it too. They are valuable for in and of themselves. The intrinsic value is not always measured by price in many situations. I think that's what we have to understand. We've got this Sandra Crandall here says, let me get over here to make this efficient, effective. Federal Reserve would be nothing if we the people didn't put up with their crap. Well, how do we do that? The best way to not put up with the crap is to hold gold and silver. That's really, and you know, there's, unless you can get everybody to hold gold and silver and use it in more and more states, start to use it as money, there's nothing we can do about it. Okay, let's see here. Patrick the Deplorable says here, Trump has been saying for years that he wants to end the Federal Reserve. Well, I don't know that he's been critical of the Fed, but I don't know that he said he wants to end it, per se. Tariffs are making that possible, along with gold exploding. Gold will destroy the Federal Reserve as a fraud exposure reaches the point that average taxpayers wonder why they're paying taxes. This will trigger a Doge-type audit of the money laundering organization we call the Federal Reserve. That is possible, although I think it's highly unlikely in his term for that to happen. But, you know, who knows? We'll see what happens when this new Fed chair gets in there. You know, one thing I've heard is that the candidates for the Fed chair are chosen by the board themselves. And so that means that, you know, that's why this new pick, some are saying he's he's going to pretty much be, kind of more or less be more hawkish, is what they're saying, which is kind of or which is kind of what Jerome Powell was being accused of, and more of, I don't know, but anyways, we'll see. Trump's talking pretty highly of him, but we'll see how that plays out. All right. Maccabees bought 10 more ounces at 92 plus 7 premium this morning. Way to go. I bought it on the way down on the dip. And on this thing about what Powell said, we know exactly what he's doing. He's trying to deter people from buying it. He's trying to deter people from holding it. And he's got a bunch of it in an underground bunker. Now, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily give him that much credit, honestly, to have that, but we'll see. All right. Let's see here. And let's see here. We've got this. Enchuwalaskiska says, Aristotle considered gold and silver as stable money. Fiat currency is thievery. Article 1, section, actually he says 2, but it's section 10 of the Constitution. Maria, I think Sal is right. We're getting hoodwinked on the gold and silver front. Hold on to what you got and keep on stacking. Great time to buy. Exactly. That's right. Exactly. There you go. Thank you, Maria. And Double H. Government does not want wealth outside of their system, hence the absurd taxation. Taxes on moving from monopoly money to sound money is literally criminal. Exactly. It sure is. It's immoral as well as criminal for sure. Okay. Let's see here. We've got Maccabee says, I like saying the dollar is worth 5 cents from dollar beginning. Yeah. Yep, indeed it is. It's lost a lot of value over the years. The Rooster says here, gold is money, so is silver. Fiat is fiat. That nothing but a fake promise. And IOU was called a note. Blessings to you all. That's right. A Federal Reserve note. That's right. That's right. Let's see here. Let's press on up here. If you wanted this, we got, it will be back plus next week. So he thinks it's going to recover all the losses next week. We'll see. Scott Crosser, silver down to 93 and change. Gold under 5,000. Yep. We saw that earlier in the day. Powell's hesitation to answer if gold and his money shows us everything. Actually, that was not Powell. That was Bernanke. The dollar is currency, fiat. Gold and silver are money. Well, technically, the dollar is money, too. It has all the attributes of money, except for it's a declining store of value, but a store of value nonetheless that people have faith in. Everybody has faith in it. Everybody uses the dollar. So the dollar is technically money. It's currency as well. It's fiat. It's unsound money. Gold is sound money. Use currency to pay bills, hold your savings and retirement and real money. Every fiat currency fails 100% of the time. What are the signs to look for in the end? You are seeing it. Well, that's right. You're right. Every fiat currency does fail. And the dollar will fail too, or it'll be reset. It'll be reset to something else. But make no mistake, the dollar indeed is money. It's a type of money. It's a debt. It's debt money. And that sounds contradictory, but it's a debt instrument that is technically money. All right, let's see here. Andrew Clodfelter, can't wait to hear all the people talking trash about you being bearish above $110 an ounce of silver. Yeah, well, I have a feeling some of them will never admit they were wrong or show their face here again because they were so obtuse and so crazy about I don't know, they were just so insulting, so rude and crass. And I don't mind differing opinions. I don't care if you disagree with me 180 degrees out of phase. But when you're rude and crass about it, and that's where it's I lose patience for that kind of stuff. people are so obtuse and about those things. But thank you. Let's see here. Scott Crosser says they lost all credibility when they tried to build the new Fed building and just blatantly lighting our tax dollars on fire. And you lose credibility. Exactly right. That needs to be investigated. You're exactly right about that for sure. All right, good to see you guys. A lot of good folks here with us tonight. Bozo is here. Barb R is here. Deja Vu is with us. Peapod is with us. Good to see you. Bill457 is here. Appreciate you guys. Is JM Unleashed with us tonight? It's unusual for him not to be here, but always appreciate JM Unleashed. All right. Gene Core, the silver crash is historic, yet all the stackers were thinking they were going to become rich overnight. Yep. They hopium. There was a lot of euphoria around that big rally. And the thing is, I don't know. I don't rule out the possibility that we could see $100 silver again, but I don't know. This may be the end of the all-time high, at least for now. This could be the end of that, which again was $120 an ounce. I think CCT says no jam yet. Thank you, CCT. Appreciate you being here. And Gold and Silver Conquistador. Well, you got to give Bernanke credit for not laughing at 6,000 years of history. Think about it, though. The ears and eyes of people who write the stories instead of just being a consumer of the story tradition is absolutely true. And those people are smarter than we give them credit. Sure, they may suck at their job at hoping for the collapse of the fiat currency ain't exactly heroic or noble. If someone's got a better plan, then I'm all eyes, not ears. Talk is cheap, but the solution you want to see. That's exactly right. Yep. And very true. Good point. Thank you, Peapod. I appreciate it. Yeah, and and me being cautious about the silver price does not mean I'm bearish on silver in general. I am bullish on silver. I think it's a great metal to have, but you got to be much more careful with silver than you do gold. And if today's move doesn't tell you that, I don't know what else will. Silver much more volatile in that regard, and it takes patience, perseverance, and stick-to-itiveness with silver. That's why I created the Diamond Fist round, But anyways, all right. And let's see here. Lisa Purple Haze. There's likely a group of people who really let him know they don't want him talking about the dollar and don't want to go down the rabbit hole, but that's probably it. Very well could be. Could be. Dean R. Gold and silver were money long before the so-called experts were in existence, maintaining their credibility, take advantage of these dips today. That's exactly right. Good point. You're exactly right. John May. Sal, I'm a silver buff. I'm not downing silver. It's biblical money. I view it in eschatological biblical terms. The tribulation soon. There you go. Thank you. All right. Yes, indeed. Mark Hall says here, what if it's a Federal Reserve note that the American people don't owe trillions? The Fed does its act as a private entity. America should just drop the dollar for a new currency. The Fed has proven its entity of probably a British corporate law in London and Citibank. Does it not look like Jekyll Island privateers? Yeah, they may. Trump may look in that direction. We'll see here. All right. Very good. Removing septic splinters from my hands after making this exotic silver slab. Wow, yes. Good use for your Tom Loft. Yes, it's dangerous work doing that. Woodworking stuff for the slides. Micha Dangsta, just wait to get out of work, going to buy another 50 ounces, hoping it drops before 90, and it did drop below 90. Sure did. All right, classic. There's people out there who are going to buy at all-time high because the hype of FOMO, and then panic sell when the price drops. You're supposed to buy dips and hold for a while. Exactly right. Yep. Exactly right. Let's see here. Ray, yeah, I've talked about that a lot in previous videos. Ray, I've discussed that arbitrage. In fact, we have the biggest spread between China markets and the U.S. markets on happenstance. It's pure luck. that we had the dip today and the Chinese markets were closed. Shanghai was closed today, so it's still trading about 123 bucks there, only because the markets have not opened. So Sunday night's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. We'll find out. Let's see here. And Sam says, yeah, was slightly entertained. Always interesting, education, informative. Thank you so much, my friend. And I think we've reached the end of the broadcast tonight. You guys have been great. I hope you will stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to have a very important video for those of you who are discouraged about what happened today. That's coming tomorrow. And if you get a chance, I hope you will check out the 2 videos I posted today. And definitely mark your calendars for this Sunday night. This Sunday night could be an epic market watch, considering something we've never seen before between Shanghai and the East in general, as well as the big crash we saw today. So thank you guys for being here. I'm going to leave you with this sage piece of advice, and that is to keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. Have a good night, all. Take care. See ya.